Hello and welcome to the William Hill preview of the McCoy's Premier League of Darts. We are now at week 7, halfway through the league system, and we travel to Dublin. A sellout crowd of over 9,000 will witness 8 players really battle it out. Who would ever thought that Adrian would be without a win? Bottom of the league, but Phil Taylor stamping his authority and taking a lead that I don't think anybody's going to stop. And now at 1-2 on, from 13-8 a few weeks ago, the odds are really shortening. My value bet still is with Raymond Barneveld. He is now at 12-1 and he was at 20-1 a few weeks ago. So that is my value bet. But last week really was some good performances. First up, James Wade took on Adrian Lewis. A lot of niggle in this one. The current double world champion really is not firing on all cylinders and not playing to the top of his game. And Wade took advantage of it. The scoring consistency is just not there with Lewis, and he's going to have to step it up if he's to make the top 4. The second game on was Whitlock against Anderson, and Whitlock just too consistent for the high scoring of Anderson, and he went on to win 8-6. Phil Taylor, well, we said he would make a mincemeat of Andy Hamilton, and he certainly did. I think everybody that plays Phil Taylor just has to put that in the locker, admit they're going to lose, and stick that away and carry on from there. He lost 8-3. Last game up, Raymond van Barneveld beating Kevin Painter 8-5, and there's signs that Raymond Barneveld believes in his own ability, and I think, as I said, at 12-1, that's a good bet for him to go on and do something in this Premier League this year. Well, the first game in the Emerald Isle sees Simon Whitlock take on Andy Hamilton, and Hamilton really has let things slip. 1 point in the last 4 games, and it should have been 6 points out of them 8. He really has missed doubles at crucial times, and I've said so often, you can't do that in this year's Premier League. You will be punished, and he has been. And he's taken on Whitlock, who is in fine form, taken out doubles, really scoring well. I think this is going to be a Whitlock win, but if Hamilton can get into him early and be 3-all or even 4-2 up at the break, then we could see a draw. But Whitlock for me. Well, second game up, double world champion Adrian Lewis takes on Kevin Painter. And the one thing Kevin Painter has done right in this Premier League is take advantage of players' mistakes. He really needs to up his scoring power to live with Lewis. But Lewis, he's hitting a lot of 180s. He's taken his doubles out pretty clean. But those shots in between are not hundreds or 1-2-1s and 1-2-5s. They are 45s. And that's what's killing Lewis. He's got to get more consistence on his scoring. I think he's going to win this week, but if he doesn't get that consistent, then this could end up a draw. But it's a Lewis for me. Well, next game up, Raymond van Barneveld takes on the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson. And Anderson last week in front of his home crowd really didn't do it. I think he put too much pressure on himself, so take that one out of the equation. No pressure on him this Thursday in Ireland, and I think his scoring power has got to come back. He's got to start putting points on the board. But Raymond van Barneveld really is playing well, starting to believe in his own ability. Having a few indifferent legs, the middle 2 or 3 legs he's not scoring well enough. But if he gets that in order, then we've got Barney back at his best. At 6-5, I think the bookies have got it right here, but I'm going to go for a Barney win. But again, this could easily end up a draw if Anderson can get his scoring power back. Well, what a game we have to end the night. Phil the Power Taylor get up against the machine, James Wade. James Wade last week beaten Adrian Lewis, and really the last 3 weeks he's showing signs of why he's a 7 times major tournament winner here at the PDC. But Phil Taylor absolutely flying at the moment. Last week again he hit more treble 20s than he did 20s. Never in a leg did he throw more than 15 darts. I've got to go with Taylor all the way, but if Wade wants to get anything out of this game, he's got to be level with him at the break, because there's one thing that Taylor does. After the break, he comes out stronger. Going to be a couple of 100+ averages here. I think Taylor will be up there at 110. Wade will be just over 100, but I'm going for a Taylor win. Well, the game with the highest shot out this week, I think, will be with that Taylor Wade. You never know what Taylor's going to do. He can take out anything at the moment. And Wade is showing this form of taking out 10+ shots out at crucial times. So I think that match will find the highest shot out. The match with the most 180s has to go with Barney against Anderson. If Anderson finds his scoring power, you know he's going to hit a mittful. And certainly Barney is finding that form that made him a 5 times world champion. So the 180s in that match for me. Well, I'm Rod Harrington, and this has been the official preview of the McCoy's Premier League Darts. For all other odds, go to williamhill.com, the official betting partner of the Premier League Darts.